Thank you for coming. Beautification, now 34 years in the making here at Lake Monticello, has a history of trying to make our surroundings, our common grounds, beautiful. As a matter of fact, we have three purposes in our IRS declaration, our 501c4 designation. Number one, we are dedicated to beautifying the common grounds of Lake Monticello. Two, we are going to raise money to help the Homeowners Association, underline help the Homeowners Association, to do the purchasing of things like these trees. And thirdly, in order to do that, we have to have some help with a little bit of fundraising. Let me speak a moment about these trees. My role in today's presentation is to speak about the trees that are gone. Washington Post headline a couple of years ago says, scientists thought they had created a perfect tree, but it became a nightmare. The nightmare of Bradford Pears started when the Washington and Oregon growers of pears needed a rootstock that they could use in poor soil. They went to China, they got some rootstock. They put it on their pears. Of course, Mother Nature doesn't like that too much. Mother Nature reverted to the Chinese pear stock. That pear stock, killer fir pears, migrated into being Bradford pears through the nurseries. The nurseries between the 1960s and 1990s convinced all of us that Bradford pears were great street trees. Bradford pears don't know when to quit. Bradford pears have a very short lifespan. Even when they die, they don't die. They will continue and they will revert to a thorny mess. The way to get rid of Bradford pears is either to take out the rootstock when you pull the tree, or to mow the tree, or to use a heavy herbicide. Beautification is currently at the mowing stage. You'll see little shoots of Bradford pear in the lawn behind me. We'll keep at it, we'll keep at it. But here around the new trees, you see very little in the way of sprouts because our friends at maintenance at the Homeowners Association did a good job of taking out what rootstock they could see. The Bradford pears were not appreciated by the tennis players because the Bradford pears have a strong scent when they bloom. It's not particularly wonderful. The Bradford pears were not appreciated by some of the folks who parked along here because the birds came and ate the cherry fruit and would mess up the cars. The Bradford pears were not appreciated by the maintenance crew because come winter, the poor tree structure was hit by the snow and the ice, and the trees would break and cause maintenance a problem. So all those reasons, the Bradford pears are gone. Hey, Tim, what do we got?
So, I want to pick up where Helen left off and give a shout out to our maintenance department. There were 11 Bradford pears where you see these new trees. They either cut them down or had them cut down. They had the stumps ground out. They kind of rototilled the whole area to get rid of as many of these roots as possible. They reseeded here because this area kind of got torn up by all their equipment. And then they've been working with us to be sure that these new trees have enough water. So once a week, they check the trees and bring a tanker truck over and water the trees if they need water. So it's been a great team effort with LMOA maintenance. So you would think it would be pretty easy to just pick what kind of replacement tree we wanted. We knew the one we didn't want, but what did we want? So we had a long list of criteria. We wanted trees that were disease and pest resistant, drought tolerant because it doesn't rain much in the summer, low maintenance. So no special spraying or fertilizing required or special pruning, not susceptible to wind damage like the Bradford Pears were because this is an open area. Tree would have a good shape as it got older and good appearance. So there were a number of people that wanted spring flowering trees, either cherry trees or dogwood trees, both of which need special help, spraying, fertilizing, whatever. So that wasn't a good choice. So these trees are red maples, and the species is October Glory. So they're the plus that they have for appearance is in the fall, the leaves turn a bright red.
Beautiful.
So no flowers, but we'll have nice foliage in the fall. The other things we worried about were they had to be able to be planted near paved areas like the parking lot. They had to be available at nurseries or growers. So we talked to 3 or 4 growers and nurserymen about choices that would meet these criteria that they had or could get that were reasonably priced, and this is the result. Now, these were planted in January of this year, which is a good time to plant new trees when they're dormant. We got them from Grelin Nursery, which is located in Somerset, Virginia. And if you buy any plant material from them, you can either buy it and take it home and plant it yourself, or like we did, they can send a crew out. So they sent a crew out one day and dug the holes. They had a forklift to lift these very large root balls and trunks into the hole, mulched it all, put up the pest stuff and everything and the supports. They did a great job. They were very helpful along the way in terms of consulting with us about how many we needed and the spacing and so on. So if you're in the market for trees, we can recommend them. One of our goals was to choose a tree that was native to Virginia. We don't know if this particular species is, but red maples in general are native to Virginia. So these trees should be very happy here.
This is a symbolic watering of these new trees. Everybody ready, set, water! Yay! Beautification has several major projects that we've gone through. The tree planting. You'll begin seeing some changes to the main gate right outside the guardhouse. We have put in underground watering system, so we won't be standing with water hoses anymore. And the grass outside towards Lake Monticello Road is going to be improved and weed-free, hopefully by next spring. And then we hope to announce a coming project involving our entrance down on Turkey Sag. So just letting you know, beautification's purposes in life are to beautify all of the common grounds within Lake Monticello.